Okay, guys, I'm going to do things a little bit differently for the second review. One, I'm going to try to leave out a lot of footage because that gave me copyright issues. And I'm also going to try to keep this short and to the point because I could tell, no one on YouTube has said this. I've never had this problem on YouTube. But I've been on another site recently, we'll just say Live Rider, I forget what it was. Got a lot of bad insults, calling me the R-word, child. To beg the point, I know some of you on here wouldn't do this. I know there's a lot of trolls, but my point is, I'm going to try to not sound as annoying as I did. But the review I'm doing now is Rugrats Season 10, episode... Well, it's 3 Jacks and a Bean Stalk, we'll pretty much say, the special. I'll find as many pictures as I can or find a way to show it otherwise. But anyway, it's pretty much one of the last 2 episodes there were in the series of the Rugrats, and it's kind of sad because they were like special ones, like they were after the final episode, which was Kimmy's birthday. But anyway, Taffy tells the Rugrats the story of Jack and the Beanstalk with a revised version of it for all the babies will be in there. And it pretty much tells the story of 3 Jacks, Phil, Chucky, and Tommy, and Kimmy, and Lil, and Dill all live with Mama Moo, I think. I think that's what they call her, Mama Moo. Or Moo, I forget what it is. They come into rough times, obviously because the family expands. So, after making a wish with the beads that they received for performing at, one of the old bars or the saloon, after they make their wish through a song, I might add, it grows a big beanstalk. A huge, Jack and the Beanstalk. It's the same there. And they spend all that time going into the castle to receive 3 objects. The giant who is portrayed by Angelica. They have to get her piggy bank, her goose that lays golden eggs, and her organ, her golden organ. And that the fairy played by Susie keeps sending them back every time they receive something and say, oops, I forgot to say this. But the point of all of it is that after all those little times in there, they end up learning that being kind was the magical thing to do. And that is why Fairy, Susie, kept sending them back until they got it right. So everything works out well in the end. They get everything, they get the key to the castle, and they allow Giant Angelica to live with them as part of their expanding family. I think they did really well there. Now you're probably thinking, why did I just say a quick version of the story? Well, obviously, again, don't want to make my annoying voice go on any longer than it has to, and I'm sorry for those watching this on YouTube who hadn't said anything. Still getting over that comment. They said to go back to YouTube, that's what I'm going to do, whatever it takes. But I will get into the aspects of it that I like, though. My overview was quick. They had a lot of musical numbers in this song. And they're pretty memorable. Shows how memorable it is. But the one where they sing about, wanting more, and a wish, bigger than a wish, well, they say that's what it is, bigger than a wish, is what they called it. Was one, I may not remember the title, but the song would put you to tears in a way if you were a sentimental person, because talk about how a mother just wants everything they can get for their children, and on the children's or the baby's point of it is that they have each other. They may not have a lot, but they have each other, and it shows the feeling. Another interesting song was Harold, who plays the servant of the giant in this one. Harold was also a character, a friend of Angelica's, singing, "You better skedaddle before you make baby hash out of you." Like, I really don't know what to say about that song. It's catchy, but it's also extremely silly. I mean, Harold just brings the character out of any character he plays, whether it's himself or a giant's assistant. And the final number about how kindness conquered the giant. Well, I'll say out of all the songs that I heard in this special, that was my least favorite of it. Because all I am thinking right now, during that whole time Susie is going, "Kindness to the giant," or "Conquer the giant," I'm thinking, what an asshole she was being the whole time to the babies and Mama Moo. "Oh, I forgot this, sorry." But I know she meant to send them back to learn a lesson, to realize what they weren't doing right and to be kind to the giant, but I mean, she was really an ass. Just my opinion. Okay, I suppose some people, if they're told straight, like, "Oh, okay, you have to do this," they might be reluctant and not genuinely do it. Okay, I understand that. But, Susie, what would have happened if the last time they went to get the golden organ, that giant Angelica didn't cry? What if she was just the way she was the last 2 times they went to the castle and just stomped away, "Oh, they got this"? They would have had to go back a 4th time. Okay, maybe I'll understand doing it once. Like, oh, there was one other thing she needed. But if they had come back with the goose and still no progress, she should have just went right to the point. To try to be kind to giant Angelica. Like, really. I don't know why. I mean, I love Susie Carmichael. She is a good character in most of the Rugrats episodes. But here, I didn't like her. I did not like the fairy, will they say. She would have just kept sending them back. I'm pretty sure of it. Anything else? Well, it was very entertaining. I mean, one of my favorite parts was Phil when every time he said, "I hate the polka dots," which is polka, obviously. He kept shaking his butt, and how they kept falling down. Pretty good humor. It's something Phil would do. I'm pretty sure that all the characters were within character of how they usually are. I mean, Mama Moo was just a new character, but they all had a bit of their regular characters in them in this adventure. Although, the last thing I'll say that really stuck out to me in kind of a good and a negative way is that the way it ended shouldn't have ended that way. I mean, I know Angelica's played a giant that turns friendly after they when they're kind to her, but I mean, how could have it been just that simple? There were many people climbing the castle walls to be blown away. She literally stormed into the castle and stole it. What was their excuse for that? she just didn't know someone wanted to be her friend, so she has no friend, she has to have the castle. It makes no sense, I know, but, like, I mean, I'm speechless of that, okay? It does kind of end with Angelica being a boss, as usual, the actual Angelica, and getting milk sprayed over her. So it ended realistically that way, but even with that, the giant. I mean, I know it's a kids show and it has to end on a positive note, but will they say the character of the giant was so unrealistic to a degree? Like, oh, I have friends now. Okay, I'll share. Yeah. Again, I'm speechless. Like, will they say they should? Like, I enjoyed it a lot. It was musical. It was funny. The only thing I didn't really care about is that some of the characters were off point, and some of the expectations were unrealistic. And the fairy, I hate the fairy. Well, guys, I think I will end this review here. It's gone on long enough. As I said, check out for yourself for this. It's a pretty good, episode. I'm sorry I couldn't show you any clips, but maybe I'll leave a link or something where you can watch it so you can find out for yourself. I will see you guys in the next video.